Okay, holy shit. What the fuck? Okay, no way, man. I'm playing fucking modded Terraria right now, and I get 2 notifications from Twitter. They're nerfing Talisman Sinclair? I mean, objectively the correct thing to do. But, like, brother, I don't know what... Okay. I don't know what they've been doing with Rupture, but they've been making it way too strong, and I thought they knew that, and they were just like, oh, fuck it. But no, this shows... Ji-hoon himself is saying, I fucked up. Which is insane. Dude, that thing's been out since Season 2. I don't know if they should do that. That's... Dude, that is a well-established ID. Man. That changes a lot of things. And they're nerfing Malbranch Faust. I haven't read... I've only read to see what they've changed Sinclair's support passive to. This is so much worse. Like, that is crazy. Wait, they're changing the actual... Wait, they're changing Talisman. Okay, so before, I'm assuming most people know how this works, but before you could get Talismans on the opponent, this would also make Talisman objectively way better on the field. Assuming Talismans stayed as they were, but no, they're changing Talisman. So before, you gained Rupture by the count, and it would just stay forever if it was below 6. Now, max stack of 6. Oh, 6 plus stack, it goes away. Okay. Consume 1 Rupture count to inflict Rupture. It's dog shit now. It's actually terrible. Talisman Sinclair is now worthless. Here's the thing. I like things like this. I like balance changes, but the fact that it's only for things that are absurdly powerful is upsetting, because I want this to be for things that suck ass too. Which they did with Dawnclair, but that was just for fucking money, we know that. And big nerf to Faust, doubling the amount of Starblades she needs, and obviously the amount she consumes. Okay. I mean, seems like it's worth it to gamble for Faust. Because you get your money back. The only time they've done anything close to this, anything, not even Ring Sang actually went through. The only time they've done anything close to this is Heathcliff Body Sack when Uptie 4 first released, because it gave 3 attack power up instead of 1 on kill. It just gave it after attack. A Season 2 ID. I would be totally okay with this if it meant that there were more balance changes in the future. But it seems like frequently? Yeah, no, there's not frequently, though. If it was frequent, I think people might be less upset. But that's fucked up, because this ID is, like, stupidly strong. And everyone knows it. To nerf her... I mean, will this even go through? Is this worth making a video on? Is this gonna go through? Is Ji-hoon gonna back down? Fuck it, man. Don't back down. Just commit to more balance changes. I think that would be, like, the best outcome for this. Dude, that's crazy. I mean, obviously, Red Sheet Sinclair would be so much more broken when they're doing, like, a Rupture season. And, again, I've had conversations with, like, my friends about this. Like, they have to know that Rupture is a slippery fucking slope. And it seems like they didn't. And that's really concerning. Because, like, true damage is the most obvious way to break your game. And we've worked diligently to find various possible adjustments to avoid Rupture identities overly synergizing with Red Sheet Sinclair. Yeah, there's just no... Attempts to do so forces place several awkward limitations of the Rupture keyword itself. So, like, 15 by 3 was because of Talisman Sinclair. The thing is, even with Talisman Sinclair, it was broken. Because it didn't avoid the Talisman application of Rupture. Dude, that is insane. The Malbranch Faust nerf isn't nearly as bad as the Talisman Sinclair nerf. Because the Talisman Sinclair nerf just nerfs Faust by association of being Rupture. God, what a fucking strange thing to just drop on us. It makes sense, but also like, dude, this is just worthless. Like you just never used. Like, I can't believe they changed how talismans work. I feel like having to run Talisman Sinclair is a decent enough downside, but they just made talismans worthless. So you're telling me on hit you're taking away 2 Rupture count for 3 Rupture? That is so bad. That's so bad. That means that instead of beautifully synergizing with the 15x3 archetype, it now is actively terrible because you will immediately go below 15x3 because even though you do not consume Rupture count, the talisman effect consumes Rupture count. Wow. Hey, you know what, Jihoon? I think if you go through with this, based. But also, this means that you should buff older IDs straight up. If you're down to nerf older IDs straight up. Because, again, I think most people would like balance changes like this. There's some things in this game that are not very well tuned. Don't touch shit in MD. The Bloody Mist nerf was stupid because, you know, that's a stupid mode, no one cares. But like, in terms of the actual game, I think there's a lot of things that could use even just minor adjustments. This is a huge adjustment, obviously. This is changing an entire status effect that was so impactful for like we're getting to 2 years. Yeah, June 29th. A year and 11 months. And he's getting nerfed this bad. I can't believe that. I wish I got my initial reaction to this, because I like, straight up fucking soy jacked. We sincerely wish to avoid making any adjustments to identities that have already been released. But, like, why, if it's gonna be a buff, right? I don't understand that. I wish they would explain that better. Because in the Dawnclair post, they were like, oh, we don't want to give adjustments, but it was just a good thing. Obviously, it shouldn't happen. They should just be good on release, but if they're bad, then buff them. And if they're too good, I think nerfing is also fair. But I don't like that it's not both ways. Because in this case, you just have an idea that people really seem to like, and now the entire archetype is fucked. Probably because Faust was too good, and they were like, okay, we gotta nuke this. We gotta nuke this little fucking twig. Hi, sorry to interrupt past Tired Escu. It's me, less past and more Tired Escu. I wanted to clarify some things since I yapped on and on about these buffs and nerfs, and I don't think I hit at the heart of the issue. And that is this line in particular. We have worked diligently to find various possible adjustments to avoid Rupture identities overly synergizing with Red Sheet Sinclair. Now, I don't know the specifics of these adjustments on Project Moon's end, but my takeaway here is that certain IDs with the Rupture keyword were made to be worse in certain ways because of Talisman Sinclair's support passive, and now that support passive no longer exists. While I do think that we should get buffs for IDs that are not as good, old or new, or Rupture related or whatever, the IDs that should especially get buffs are the ones that might have been affected by this design philosophy restricting them. Fang Huntong Lu is probably the prime example most people can think of, but I'm sure every Rupture ID was affected in some way. I think that continuous small balance changes are probably the best way to avoid big balance changes like this that really shake up the game that Project Moon clearly wants to avoid. Even if it does give me more things to talk about, and more comments on my older videos, yes I do see you, and more views on my older videos now that I think about it, you know what, actually just keep doing what you're doing, Jihoon, it works out great. Okay, jokes aside, back to your regularly scheduled slop show with past me looking at patch notes like an idiot. Never mind. Of course, the instant I finish recording that, we get another post in Korean, talking about how Kim Ji-hoon is backing out of nerfing Faust, and while I kind of hate the fact that this is slowly becoming a live documentation of my reaction to this whole thing, I also think it's important to say this. Ji-hoon, buddy, I know in that last voiceover I just said to keep doing what you're doing, but that doesn't mean backing down the second there's any hint of backlash. Obviously, I know nothing of running a company, but the fact that this post was made without the clear intent to push it through to live service, and more as a way to test players' reactions, I'd just rather not know anything until it is 100% for fact happening, especially since I was pulling for Faust with the expectation of getting compensation, and now, well, no longer. I'm not going to edit in any more voiceovers into this video, I promise, or re-edit anything else in the previous 10 minutes of this video, since it serves as an archive of this frankly absurd 4 hours that I've just had, and I'm sure a lot of other Limbus players have also just had. And I'll play out the rest of my reaction to the initial post, but knowing that Faust is no longer gonna be nerfed and that the decision to back down was made so quickly really reminds me of a certain paint-stained motherfucker. Anyways, back to Pastescu for real this time. No? Nothing in here? I guess in case they want to go back on the decision, if there's too much, backlash. Again, I might release this as a video and then, like, 2 seconds later it gets reverted. Is this in the same vein as Ring Sang? Kind of. But the Red Sheet Sinclair thing is like... Dude, they messed up ages ago. Which I understand not catching at the time, because of the completely different environment of the game. I mean, the best Rupture ID we had at launch was like, who? Fucking LCCB Ishmael, genuinely? And even all throughout Season 2, like, until the 7 IDs, we didn't really have anything. I guess 7 Otis was okay. But now with all these really strong Rupture IDs, I guess. Fuck, dude. No, Jishun, balance the game more. Go for it. People are gonna really hate this change. But I think, fuck it, swing for the fences. Yeah. Okay. People say this to bait YouTube comments because they're YouTubers. I need to know what people think about this. Because what the fuck? What the fuck? I was doing so good not posting slop. I wasn't posting anything, but I wasn't posting slop. And now I'm just having people stare at this fucking screen for forever. But I don't know what else to say, because this is... The Talisman situation is insane. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna fucking end the video now. I'm sorry. Hopefully this video isn't outdated in like an hour. I might just take it down if it is. This video ends now. At Kim Ji-hoon. You lit fucker. You made a shit of peace with your trash Limbus. It's fucking bad, this trash game. I will become back my money. I hope you will in your next time. A cow on a trash farm, you sucker.